was such a tumultuous environment. I don't know how we did it. Everybody was, first of all, you talk about the early 80s. Cocaine was rampant in our business. I was so naive because I never did drugs. I remember going down on the stage one time, and our driver captain was wearing a gold Rolex. Where does a Teamster make the kind of money to have a gold Rolex? He was a guy selling drugs to everybody on the set. So it took us a year or so to clean all that stuff up. But there were terrible, huge tensions on the set. Michael Conrad was an impossibly difficult man. Keel Martin was a drunk and a cocaine addict, and for sport would poke at Michael Conrad just to provoke him, because he was Michael was as big and scary as he was a very fragile man, and the personalities were just so volatile. And Mike Kozel and I had real conflicts with each other that were not pleasant. And it's like everywhere you looked, everybody was banging heads. And yet somehow out of this intense focus and energy and conflict and whatever, this show emerged, because I think all of us were at a moment in our lives where we're sort of all of an age, where none of us had ever had any significant success, but all of us had had a lot of experience. And the sort of collective was extraordinary. The sum truly was greater than its parts. And I, to whatever extent I credit myself at the time, I recognized that this was an extraordinary piece of work that we had command of. And I simply wasn't going to let anything get in the way of killing it. And I just thought, I don't care how hard I have to fight. I don't care who I have to fight with. I am not going to turn my back on this thing. I'm not going to quit on it, because I really did believe that it was, I knew for sure it was the best thing I'd ever been involved in by far. And I thought, well, it may in fact be the best thing I ever will be involved in my life. And if this is the only thing that I'm ever going to have in my life that I can truly point to with pride, I just have to devote myself to that. And so everything kind of took a back seat for, a 4 or 5 year period of my life. Showed up early, went home late, and just held on. Literally. I mean, that's my experience. Remember in Ben-Hur, the chariot race, all these guys are just careening around this track, holding on for dear life in these rickety little 2-wheeled chariots. That's what I felt like for 5 years on Hill Street Blues. I was just hanging on for dear life. And, when I look at that list of episodes, I can't believe that we did what we did. It was incredible. But there it is. And I suppose, if you talk to a John Wells in the first year or two of ER, he'd probably have the same experience. There's something that is truly magical when you catch lightning in a bottle. And, you got to hold on. And you got to fight. You got to fight very hard. So every day of my life, I was fighting something.